body found here at Sunset Cliffs while one local family waits for answers.
A student-led effort leads to big changes at Castle Park High School in Chula Vista. That story coming up.
Is a new water quality test by the county shutting down the beaches more in Imperial Beach and Coronado?
Actor Brad Pitt says he suffers from face blindness, but is it a real condition? We verify.
6 students from local high schools traveled to the nation's capital. I'll tell you who they met.
And the sleepy bear who's on his way to becoming an internet sensation. CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
We have breaking news in the South Bay where a brush fire is burning right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. This video just in. CAL FIRE says this started as a vehicle fire in Otay Mesa, and at last check it had spread to 5 acres, but we're told this has the potential to spread quickly. Now the smoke can be seen as far away as downtown San Diego. So from downtown San Diego, if you look east, you see the smoke up in the sky. Now this fire broke out late this afternoon near Lone Star and Harvest Roads.
Right now it doesn't appear to be near any homes or buildings, but you can see the flames are going strong. There's a lot of fuel in front of it. We are told that there is a full response right now, and that includes bulldozers, water tankers, helicopters, engines and crews. They're worried about this spreading quickly, and they want to get a handle on it quickly.
That's right. As Carlo mentioned, a full wildland response is in effect right now. You see that fire line right there, calling it the Lone Star Fire because of the road with that name. It is near that intersection of Lone Star Road and Harvest Road. Now, no evacuation orders have been issued at this point. A lot of empty fields, empty land out there, but we're told that the closest building to this fire is Donovan State Prison. But again, no evacuation orders have been put in place at this point.
And it's not particularly close to that. There are no structures nearby on the other side. You know, when you see this kind of fire going, one of the first things everybody wants to know is, what is the weather like? Are there strong winds? Is this dangerous? Where is this fire going to go? We're going to check in right now with our chief meteorologist, Carlene Chavis, to tell us more on those.
The biggest problem with this fire is the fact that you have a lot of dry brush that's out there. So Mother Nature has been cooperating over the past couple of days. We've had westerly winds, so we're not seeing anything more than that typical sea breeze that develops by the afternoon hours. You're talking of a gust of 13 miles per hour. Even humidity values are actually fairly high. You're at 70%, and it has been that way over the past couple of days. So just a lot of dry brush. Taking a look at relative humidity, we actually have values that are not super low. We're seeing that across typical areas like Borrego Springs at 19%, also 26% for Mount Laguna. But west of the mountains, we've had that recovery, especially with the continued westerly winds, when we've had this onshore push of winds. That's been the case over the past couple of days, but the biggest factor is the dry brush that's out there. We have hit a deficit when it comes to our water year, so we have not had a lot of rainfall, and across much of the county, you are looking at a deficit. More significant in other areas like Ramona, but still, we are dry, we are in a drought, and this is something that we're going to have to be mindful of as we go into the next few months, where rain is not going to be a huge factor for us. We'll go ahead and toss it back to you two.
All right, we're going to update you on that fire as we get more information on it, especially if it begins to threaten any structures. Meantime, a local family is waiting for answers tonight after a body was found on the rocks of Sunset Cliffs.
Crews responded to a call on Sunset Cliffs Boulevard near Osprey Street around 5:30 this morning. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes joins us now live from the scene.
Kirsten, we've been following this story since the morning. What can you tell us right now?
Yeah, we still don't know the identity of that body that washed up here on the rocks at Sunset Cliffs. I'm live here between Osprey and Adair Street. And if you take a look behind me, you can see a portion of Sunset Cliffs has been blocked off by authorities. You see other reporters out there covering this exact same story. Down below that, you see the rocks where the body was found. Now, while we wait for that body to be identified, you may remember 1 month ago tomorrow, Woodlane Zachet went missing in the water at Mission Beach, not 3 miles from this location.
The family, kind of where they are right now, is they're doing the best they can with an extremely difficult circumstance. And their position is, until we have facts, verified, absolute, unchanging facts, That's what they're waiting on. We don't have that yet.
Evan Walker is the attorney representing the family of Woodland Zachet. Woodland had just graduated from Crawford High School the night before he went missing in the water at Mission Beach on June 14th.
It's been a hard month for the family. The family are stuck in this position of just not knowing. They want their son to be found, but as of yet, he hasn't been.
Police say a witness reported seeing what looked like a body on the boulders around 5:30 this morning in the 1200 block of Sunset Cliffs Boulevard. San Diego Police Captain Laura McLean says they don't have a lot of information to help narrow down the identity of a body, like age or race, but they say it appears to be the body of a man that has been decomposed, making it harder to easily identify.
It did take some time to recover the body. He was wedged into some of the rocks. We speculate at this point that the high tide came in last night around 10 p.m. is probably when the body was washed ashore, and with the low tide, the body was wedged in between some of the boulders and some of the rocks.
This while Woodlane's twin brother and the rest of his family and friends continue to wait for answers.
It's been an extremely difficult month for the family, and they want to have their son found. They want to have some type of closure. They want the city to do everything it can within its power to help find him and bring him home.
Unfortunately, it could be weeks before that body is identified. But thankfully, because there is a local family that's waiting on answers, hopefully that process could happen a bit quicker. Reporting live at Sunset Cliffs, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Yeah, terrible limbo for Woodlane's family. We hope they get some answers. In the meantime, are there any other cases? Does San Diego police say, are there any other cases that this could be linked to? Are there other missing persons out there that fit this basic description?
We have a call into San Diego Police Department asking that exact question. We haven't heard back yet, but we'll keep you updated on this story as it develops.
Kirsten Holmes live from Sunset Cliffs. Thanks, Kirsten. And an update tonight on the murder of a 14-year-old boy in City Heights. San Diego police say the shooting that left 14-year-old Enrique Medina dead was gang-related, and that a group of young men involved in the shooting was last seen going south on 37th Street in a light-colored car. We don't have much information as far as descriptions go. They are described as 4 Hispanic teens between the ages of 16 and 19. One was wearing a blue baseball cap. Another had a gray T-shirt and black jeans. A third was wearing a white long-sleeve T-shirt. Anyone with information should call San Diego Police. Meantime, this is new video into our newsroom of a brush fire near Bonita. This one broke out about 1:30 this afternoon by the 54 freeway just off Quarry Road. You can see fire crews working to stop the flames from spreading. Smoke from the fire could be seen miles away. The good news is that fire officials tell us it's been knocked down and they're just out there cleaning up hot spots.
Tonight, some local hotel workers are threatening to go on strike. The threat comes as the busy tourism season is underway here, with Pride this weekend and Comic-Con next weekend. A news conference was held outside City Hall this morning where members of Unite Here Local 30 threatened to go on strike. Mayor Todd Gloria and members of the City Council stand with them. The group represents cooks, dishwashers, housekeepers, and front desk agents. They've been negotiating a new contract with the Hilton for months and say so far only have been offered a 50-cent per hour pay raise. Workers will vote on whether or not to go on strike by the end of this week. June's inflation numbers are in, and a highly anticipated report turned out to be even worse than expected. Inflation rose 9.1% just last month. That's the highest yearly jump since 1981. That's 59.9 cents up for the price of gas. Rent up 5.6% compared to June 2021. And food at home and dining out has gone up nearly 10.5%. Tonight, we're hearing from a Castle Park High School student who helped lead an effort to upgrade the campus, which has been deteriorating for years. This week, the Sweetwater District voted to allocate millions of dollars for improvements at both Castle Park and other surrounding schools. CBS 8 has been working for you on this story. Our Shannon Handy has reaction, as well as what other schools now want to see changed.
For several weeks now, we've been hearing from students, parents, even staff here who say Castle Park has long been ignored. They've showed us examples, including termite damage in a rundown football field. Now, thanks to their efforts, improvements are coming.
Motion passes 5-0.
Monday night, Sweetwater Union High School District Board members unanimously approved a plan to seek millions of dollars in bond money to pay for a new football field and stadium renovations at Castle Park High School, as well as other campus improvements. It comes following weeks of online scrutiny and public meetings where students, parents, and staff called on them to act.
How is there not a system in place that assures these kinds of things are repaired, remodeled, maintained, or rebuilt? It goes from stained bathrooms, trough urinals. When was the last time you guys used trough urinals?
Adrian Gomez is an incoming junior. The 16-year-old has been outspoken about the problems at his school, saying unlike others in the district, Castle Park has long been ignored.
We've been saying over and over again that all students deserve basic facilities.
CBS 8 has been working for you on this story since the very beginning when an anonymous Instagram page popped up highlighting just how rundown Castle Park is. Pictures show broken windows, rusted sinks, and damage to the theater. After this week's vote, Adrian hopes to see some of those things get fixed while he's still a student. As for the football field, that won't likely happen until after he's gone.
The earliest estimate would be they're going to break ground the summer of when I graduate. I'm super proud of the fact that we were all able to accomplish that. It won't happen when I'm in high school, but the point is not so I could see the change. The point is for the future.
For now, though, preliminary work has begun on the field to clear out weeds and even it out as much as possible before the new school year begins. But it's not just Castle Park that will undergo a facelift. The board also voted to give Chula Vista, Southwest, and Mar Vista high schools the same funding to make similar improvements. In a statement, a spokesperson with the district told me the Sweetwater District has been and will continue to be dedicated to providing improvements to all facilities across our district. The Board of Trustees meeting demonstrated the board's support for the upcoming issuance of new bonds. The district will continue to organize and prioritize school site projects as the bond program continues to move forward.
We spoke up, and it just goes to show how much a community could do.
Adrian says his work doesn't end here. He plans to hold regular meetings with school leaders to get an update on their progress. In Chula Vista, I'm Shannon Handy for CBS 8.
Thanks, Shannon. And don't forget, here at CBS 8, we're working for you. If there's an issue you'd like us to look into, email us. The address there, workingforyou@cbs8.com.
The outdoor dining scene in the city of San Diego could be seeing some big changes soon. Today marks the deadline for restaurants to apply for the new permanent outdoor dining permits under the city's Spaces as Places program. If they don't, they'll have to tear down their outdoor setups. So far, less than 4% of the 500 restaurants that have a temporary outdoor space have applied for the permit. Some restaurants say they're just too expensive, with permits costing between $10 and $30 per square foot.
The number of beach closures in Coronado and Imperial Beach have risen dramatically since early May.
But the mayors of those cities say it's not because the water is more polluted. They say new water testing protocol used by San Diego County doesn't take into account standards set over the past 25 years.
Our Sean Stiles spoke with the mayor of Coronado about the new test and the water quality.
On a day like today, hundreds of people are out here at the beach enjoying the ocean in Coronado. But due to a new testing policy by the County of San Diego, beach closures have dramatically increased in Imperial Beach and here in Coronado.
This is one of the best natural resources we have here in San Diego County, of course. But since the county implemented its new water quality testing protocols, our beaches have been closed or under advisory 1/3 of the days since beginning of May.
Richard Bailey is the mayor of the city of Coronado and told us the county is no longer using a testing standard they've used for decades.
Based on the county's testing standards that they've been using for the past 25 years, the water is just as clean today as it has been for every single summer, so we think the beaches should be open.
That new testing protocol began in early May, but according to previous testing methodology, which was done alongside the new one, very little has changed in the water.
And if the only new change is this new testing protocol the county is using, then maybe we need to scrutinize that a little bit more before relying on this first in the nation test to determine whether or not we should shut down 20% of San Diego County's coastline for the entire South Bay region.
The other part of the testing that's difficult is that the standard keeps changing.
The County of San Diego has changed the standard they use to determine whether or not to close down the beaches or issue an advisory 3 times in the past 2.5 months.
Along with Coronado, the mayor of Imperial Beach is questioning the new test.
So Mayor Dedina and I and both the cities of Coronado and Imperial Beach are on lockstep on this. We want clean water for all of our residents to be able to enjoy. And both Mayor Dedina and myself have serious concerns about this new testing protocol and what the implications are for our respective communities.
And both cities will be working together in hopes the county will take a new look at their water quality testing policy.
The cities of Coronado and Imperial Beach are submitting a formal request to the county in the coming days to consider using the previous test alongside this new test.
The beaches are open today here in Coronado, and the mayors of Imperial Beach and Coronado hope the county adopts their old policy that they've used over the past 25 years to keep these beaches open. We'll send it back to you in the studio.